Hi everybody, Vanquished Angel here, and today's video is going to kind of be a quick one. It's going to be on freedom of religion and what is freedom of religion. A lot of Americans get this confused because they don't quite comprehend the entire or full concept. I'm going to try to address a lot of that in this video. So, just to point out, we're going to go over what exactly the Constitution says about freedom of religion. And the Constitution says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government, or a redress of grievances. So essentially what this is saying here is that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment. This means that Congress cannot pass a law upholding one religion over another, or forcing the respecting of religion. So hence things like laws about the Pledge of Allegiance are actually in violation of this First Amendment. But they cannot make no law prohibiting the exercise thereof either. So essentially those two mean, in the case of the Pledge of Allegiance, those two mean that you cannot make a law requiring the Pledge of Allegiance, but you can't make a law saying the Pledge of Allegiance is wrong or bad or can't be done either. So they're being binded due to that under God clause, which is what that's kind of all about in the Pledge of Allegiance, which was not originally there. It wasn't there until the 1950s. What else does this cover? Now that covers a lot, but there's a lot of conceptual stuff in here that's automatically implied that a lot of people don't understand, especially when it comes to religion in schools. Like, a lot of religious people would like religion to be taught in schools. They think that if they teach God in school, that less shootings will happen or whatever else. And this just statistically is not the case. As a matter of fact, a lot of these shootings are politically, usually conservatively, sorry, but that's actually kind of true, and religiously motivated. Wars started over religions and things like this. So religion actually is the cause of a lot of it, statistically speaking. But let's just say and argue on the side of that, maybe that it is a solution, right? There's one problem with this, and that is the freedom of religion. You see, you as a person have the right to practice your religion, but your religion, and nobody can force a religion on you. So in other words, an Islamic person can't say, you're in Islamic territory, practice Islam, because here in America you have the freedom of religion. You may practice your own religion. There are certain rules on that, like no sacrificing virgins or anything, but you have that right. So in other words, freedom of religion is also freedom from religion. So a person can choose to be atheist, and they have that right to be atheist, and you cannot force them into your religious views or your religious doctrine here in America, because they have that right to choose no religion. Therefore, they cannot be forced to practice your religion. This is the problem with teaching religion in schools the way that a lot of Christians want it to be taught, because they're not, I mean, the question here being, they want it in schools, but why? Okay, and they say, well, to prevent shootings, but why? You know, why? What's the real reason? And they want their religion taught. Now, we could teach any religion in school, and that might reduce shootings, right? So we could teach Islam. Is that going to be okay? Is that what you wanted? No. Okay, so preventing shootings isn't what you're really after. What those people that are advocating for teaching religion in public schools really want to do is they want access to the minds of those children. And they want that access to have their religion taught to those children is actually what they're after. So what they're actually trying to do is force their religion on other people's children. Unless they're going to say, hey, well, my preacher doesn't do a good enough job teaching religion to my kids, I don't do good enough job teaching my religion to my children, I need the school to step in because we can't handle this, that might be a little bit different, but then that says an awful lot about you, your religion, and your church. Outside of that, really, it's just forcing your religion on other people's children. And this is a violation of their First Amendment rights. This is why religion is not and should not be taught in school. So it is also defined, freedom of religion is a principle that supports the freedom of an individual or community in public or private to manifest religion or belief in teaching, practice, worship, and observance without government influence or intervention. It also includes the freedom to change one's religion or belief. So again, the government can't force or prevent religious practices, save for sacrificing virgins. So the government can't step in and say, you're Islam now, you must worship, Allah, which is actually a Christian God. Islam is actually a denomination of Christianity, but we're not going to get into that argument now. I'll do another video on that. But it also can't take a Muslim person and say, hey, you have to follow our Christian beliefs now. The government is prohibited from doing that as well. So they are free to wear the hijab, the headdress, for women if they so choose in this country. That is their right if they are a citizen of this country, granted by the First Amendment, whether or not you approve of it. So we have those, a lot of people do this, but conservatives, we have a lot of these conservatives say, follow our ways, get the hijab off, we believe in the Constitution. No, you don't, because the Constitution protects their right to wear that hijab if they want to, whether you like it or not. So there is your crash course in, the freedom of religion. It's also freedom from religion as well. Alright, thanks for watching, and as always, have a good day.